Hey, what's good? It's your friendly neighborhood shark, and this is a members first video. And if you want to see it early and ad free, you can become a YouTube member or a Twitch subscriber for more benefits, and you can read more about that in the link below this video. But if not, I hope you enjoy.
And this is something that it's kind of been bothering me so much. Why is it necessary to have pronouns of gender identification to kids?
What's going on?
But nobody cancels it. You know why? Because back when that show came out, we didn't have this horrible, hyper-toxic anti-SJW online culture. If cartoons came out with progressive stuff, there wasn't like a swarming horde of angry white guys online to seethe over it, so people just accepted that it was good. I'm just gonna spoil everything. You should have watched it by now. I don't care about any of you. The Fire Nation is they're like an allegory almost for Imperial Japan, which was a fascist, country. The first scene, Sokka and Katara, is Sokka getting called out for being a misogynist. But the first scene was like Sokka talking down to Katara, even though she was clearly more mature than him, even though he was older, and deriding her for being a girl who likes stupid girl stuff. And she ended up being the sort of intelligent one in that engagement because Sokka's kind of a dumbass. Sokka's literally like, yeah, a toxic masculine archetype who's so obsessed with being like a alpha male that he ends up making a fool of himself. He ends up getting shown up by a group of female warriors who have him cross-dress and teach him how to fight. Can you imagine a modern piece of media where the gung-ho male character is beaten by a group of warrior women who explicitly call attention to the fact that they're women, and then to train him, he has to wear their gear, and it's like, hey, you look good in that dress? That would be conservative YouTuber content, wouldn't it?
I'm sorry. Like, I'm trying to listen to this, but this yogurt is like so good. Geeks and gamers. We haven't talked about them in a little while, but it's time to dive back into what they've been talking about. A classic banger, always in the cultural zeitgeist. I even got an Avatar The Last Airbender shirt. I got it for the Femboy Joker stream. You guys remember the Femboy Joker stream? Lots of you guys are watching right now because of the Femboy Joker stream. You may not know that was the Femboy Joker stream, but that's what it was. Geeks and gamers, they're stupid. They're not very smart people. He's kind of a dumbass, but that's okay. We love him no matter whether he's smart or dumb, and he's never smart. And he's here again to do what all conservative YouTubers do, which is cry and get mad that a piece of media isn't as conservative as they want it to be, or they get really mad that they have a good story in it that isn't just blow something up, punch someone, and then walk into the sunset because you punched them really hard. Not even such great shows can be safe, and it's time to dive in and see what he's got to say for himself, because I know it's probably going to be bad. I don't care. Who the hell is this? What the fuck? Look at this shit on these walls. Oh my gosh. This is his man cave. I see. He has the rack of waifus as as all gamers need. You never really become a true gamer until you have the rack of waifus, right? Jarvis, enhance. Oh shit, damn.
I wouldn't consider him a role model.
Oh my goodness. They're bopping over there.
Fed the alligator. Yes. Yes, I'm gonna clean the car. Yes.
Please, this isn't funny. It keeps going too. How long is this bit? Jeez, stop.
Also known as Ivan, or Brown Jeremy, or Mexican Jeremy, or
ooh, ew, he's doing the thing was like, haha, I'm like the white guy who runs this show, but not white. Do you have any other qualities besides like being Mexican? Haha, I'm not white. Haha.
very recent in the comments, who the fuck is this guy? Anyways, shout out to all the team in Geeks and Gamers. They're still in Las Vegas.
Please.
Requested that I talk a little bit more about anime. Why, you may ask? Well, because I'm a fucking Wii U.
Don't worry,
let's talk about anime right now. And I know not everyone is going to agree whether Avatar The Last Airbender is anime or not. But what everyone can agree with is that live action adaptation of anime is a bad idea. And what everyone can agree with even more is that anime live action adaptation by Netflix, it's an even worse idea. Now, you probably heard that Netflix was planning on doing a Avatar The Last Airbender live action series. And
the thing is, I don't care much for live actions. I mean, there's lots of things in anime and in shows that don't, like, I would imagine wouldn't translate over well in live action. Some things they have to be changed, or some things that have to be toned down, or I think a lot of the times, sometimes when you change the medium, it could be fine, but a lot of the people who are there for something specific that you get out of the anime experience, that is, when you take that away, it feels it feels wrong because that's how they experience the anime and that's what they would expect going in. I think sometimes even live action can be good, but just because you're going in and you don't want live action, don't worry, it's because capitalism. But he wouldn't go over that.
And everyone was like super suspicious. They didn't want it to happen. But then we learned that the original creators of the series was going to be involved with the project. So everyone was like, okay, we're optimistic a little. Like, we're a little bit hopeful. So I'm okay. Let's see how this plays out. But then we found out that the original creators quit, giving an open letter saying that, hey, there was a lot of like creative discussions, and we felt like, you know what, the line. But first, let's see that Netflix has revealed the cast for the last Airbender series. Now, it's been some time since we heard the news about Netflix live action adaptation of Avatar: The Last Airbender, but today the streaming company is finally revealing details, namely the cast for some major roles. Now, this is the problem. What is the first thing that you see?
All right, boys. We gotta find out the first problem with this anime, okay? Just so you know, this is going to be a criticism of specifically the anime and the show and the content of the show and the quality that it brings, what it changes, and how well the show is. So let's see if we can find something in what we're looking at that can tell us something about a very tangible, real thing that actually affects the show, and not some meaningless surface level dipshit from some loser online who gets really mad when people have slightly different politics than them. Not sure. This guy's name is Ian. This is the first problem. He's kind of got anime hair, not gonna lie. Like, out of everyone, he's got anime. He's literally has anime hair. These two do look a little old. They do look like models. I feel like just normal ass looking people would be a little bit better, but you know, whatever. Because when I think of like Sokka and Katara, I think they're just like normal village kids, you know, and not like models.
Aside from the picture of these guys, he's gonna be Zuko. I thought he was gonna be Zuko. Damn. Yeah. So we see pronouns.
They have pronouns, bro. Ew, yikes. I think we're gonna be sick. What the fuck is wrong with you? They have pronouns. No, dude. Anything but this. Who could have seen this coming?
See Gordon Combriere, he and him.
Please, I beg of you, don't try to pronounce these people's names. I beg and plead, do not butcher these people's names like this. I'm not going to read any of these people. I do not know how to pronounce these names. You're going to butcher them and you're going to look stupid. Even more stupid than you do right now. Please do not.
Iwantio, she, her. Ian Ousley, he, him. Dallas Liu, he, him. Now let me ask.
Please.
And this is something that it's kind of been bothering me so much. Why is it necessary to have pronouns of gender identification to kids?
Just so you know, okay? I want to take, before we get into this, I want to take a whole step back. We need to understand something before we go any further. We are halfway through a video. This video is not 10 minutes long. We're at 4 minutes and 20 seconds. Nice. We're at 4 minutes and 20 seconds in a not even 10-minute long video. We're halfway through this video. And this video is called Netflix Ruins Avatar: The Last Airbender with Woke Agenda. So they're telling me that this movie, this show, like whatever, is going to be ruined. And the first thing that he could pick up on that ruins the show is that the image that they post of the starring cast has their pronoun identification next to them, next to their name. Why does this even matter for anything? Anything that's happening? This has nothing to do with the show. He is trying to literally cancel this show for having pronouns. Why do kids have pronoun identification? Because kids have gender.
Like Netflix, that's creepy. Like real fucking creepy.
That's creepy. You think that's creepy? Can we look at the rack of waifus really quick? Can we? I want to Jarvis enhance the rack of waifus. Hey bud, can you tell me how old these characters are? I really like to know the combined ages of all these kids, because I don't think it even, because looking at them, I don't even think it reaches like 100. There's 4 of them. I don't even think their combined age reaches 100, maybe even 50. Listen, it's okay because she may be canonically 15 in the show, but the trials and tribulations she goes through really speaks to her maturity of a woman. Okay, buddy. Yep, FBI, this guy right here.
Here's the thing. We have now, you know, that they're revealing the cast, but this is what cooked my noodle a little too much.
What the fuck are you talking? I hate this guy. This is what really cooked my noodle. This is what got my Zetaroki in a twist. That really put the cum in my jar.
He also touched, he as in one of the showrunners, Albert Kim, I think, is this. A live action version would establish a new benchmark in representation. First off, my guy, you're saying that Avatar The Last Airbender wasn't representative enough?
I'm just gonna skip this guy's like incoherent rant for a moment so we can just read the rest of this this paragraph really quickly. He also touched on the casting specifically, noting that a live action version would establish a new benchmark in representation and bring a new generation of fans. This was a chance to showcase Asian and indigenous characters as living, breathing people, not just a cartoon. If you just take a moment to read anything. Is this the end of the article? Holy shit, this may be actually literally the end of the article. This may be the entire article. You didn't even read this? This is like a 3-minute read, dog. You had to read less for it for your like Socratic circle in high school. It's literally 2 sentences. 2! Oh, I'm so sorry. It's 3 sentences. The other one is almost 3 compound sentences. And that was too much for him. He's already going on a rant after reading less than half of this.
Having tough. Like, she was one of the best characters and she was blind. So the already representative show that is perfect in every way is not representative enough because fuck it, no.
I'm sorry, but all the characters in Avatar The Last Airbender, they're not real human beings. Those are not real actors. The representation is great and it's sick, but the thing is that having real Asian and indigenous actors play Asian and indigenous characters is cool. And it does make them real people. It's wild.
Okay, then we have, and bring a whole new generation of fans. A new generation of fans. That usually translates into, we're gonna fuck it up and hope that the new people will like it. This was a chance to showcase Asian and indigenous characters as living, breathing people. Yes, because having it in a cartoon doesn't mean shit.
They're not living, breathing people. Wait a second, my bad. I'm so sorry. He's a weeb. I understand it. Before I was like, man, they're not real, dog. They're not real. And he's sitting here like, they are real to me. There was a massive cultural disconnect, and that this is why he doesn't understand this point. Okay, I get it. They need weeb representation, and that's what would have brought this into the gold tier category. I'm sorry.
It's a cartoon, but in a world that truly exists, this right here, right. Pay attention, class. Pay attention.
Oh, guys.
But in a world that truly exists, very similar to the one we live in. Very similar to the one we live in.
Yeah?
Where have I heard that before?
What are you talking about? Where have you heard? Wait.
Well, pretty much in every single piece of media that has failed, that they have tried to bring nowadays world politics into the series, aka The Last Jedi or Ghostbusters or whatever you want to call it.
Dog, what the fuck are you talking about, man? I want a sewer slide. Avatar touches on real world politics all the time. That's the point of allegories and similes and metaphors. That's the point. Like, the Fire Nation is this massive war machine, industrialized, like borderline fascist state that's going around destroying all these like smaller indigenous communities. Now, you may not give a shit about like what happens in the real world to real human beings because you're too busy with your jars and your waifu rack. Now, and that's okay. That's fine. but don't sit here and talk about things that you have no idea of. Like, they don't come up with the situations and the trials and tribulations. They don't come up with the societal things that happen in the show out of just like thin air, and they pull it out like a weave from the great web of life that we can never see. This is ridiculous, and this is just shit for anyone who watches media. To the extent that someone who has like a waifu rack or swords mounted on their fucking shit, or makes their entire online persona about like watching media and critiquing media, I would think that you would understand that. Yeah, art, you're telling me art isn't just like dumb, stupid fun with literally no bearing on anything, and it's just like, oh, bald boy wind, whoa, his wind, whoa, flying squirrel pet, whoa, water goes swoop, swoop, fire boy, whoa, his power's gone. Oh my gosh, it's over, guys. Man, it's more than that. Who could have seen that coming?
Avatar: The Last Airbender is a
Katara's first argument with Sokka is about sexism. I'm gonna lose it. Yeah, dude. Yeah, that's woke. It's too woke.
perfect series. You don't need to touch it. You don't need to do anything to it. It's great. Even before being, inclusive and all that jazz was a trend, it already was that because of its own nature. But now they're like,
I know what you mean, inclusive being a trend. Inclusive is just something that you work towards. Do you think that not being racist is a trend? You know what? This show, they didn't beat women before beating women became this whole weirdo trend nowadays. Man, people at Walmart never used to complain about you until the whole not shitting in your pants thing became a trend.
it's not live action, people, and let's bring kids with their gender pronouns. Like, that is all, like, we're talking about kids. God damn it.
Or are you just, what? I literally don't get this point. Like, I can't believe they're calling the boy he. Everyone has pronouns. Should I call this person it? Should I just call them an it because they don't want to go by pronouns because pronouns are disgusting? You're not human because humans have pronouns, and since they don't like pronouns, they're not human. There you go. Is that what they want? Maybe.
It makes me feel just super uneasy. Like, can you imagine them asking this freaking 5-year-old, hey, what gender do you identify as so I can put your pronoun in the paper?
It's more like, do you go by he or she? And he was like, he. And they were like, okay. What do you think was happening?
Power Ranger? Like, come on. It's I don't know. It really
Wait, how young do you think this kid is? You think that he was going to say Power Ranger?
makes me feel uneasy. But the thing that also, like, drives...
Wait a second. Don't you think during the casting that we're looking for males for the casting of Avatar? And then does he think that's gross too? What a weirdo, dude.
It's I don't know. It really makes me feel uneasy. But the thing that also, like, drives me insane is that they're going to do a very similar world to the one we live in. One of the rumors, and this is the set, one of the rumors is that they want to plan on doing a high school storyline. Yes, Sokka being, a TikTok famous, Aang being like a middle schooler or something like that, and they discover that they have powers. It's not an ancient tradition or anything like that. That is a rumor. But based on what this thing presents, and based on the fact that the original creators were like, yo, deuces, what do you think?
So, guys, this is just rumors, but they say they want Aang's powers of wind to actually come from him, like, sharding his pants during a lightning storm, and then the lightning ignited his shardy poops, and then the gas went into him, and it gave him the wind powers. Hey, dude, I want you to stand up really quick. What's under your desk? Is it a crack pipe? Is that where you got your sources from? Is that your sources? Yeah, Katara and Aang joined Antifa. That's
This is not, doesn't make me any by any means excited. I honestly, I think this is going to be a massive bomb. I think this is going to fail.
I just want you to know, this is a less than 10-minute video where less than 6 minutes was talking about the actual article, where he read 4 compound sentences and got really mad that they were referring to a male actor as he. And they said that it was going to be inclusive. And then he spouted off some dipshit about like a rumor that he heard about them being in high school. This is just comically bad on every single level. It's comical how stupid it is. And like, even a show as venerable as The Last Airbender is now being taken down the too woke rabbit hole of just crazy conservative outrage culture, getting mad at everything that's slightly to the left of them. Every single thing right now is outrageous to them because they can't possibly handle living in a world where people slightly disagree with their political prescriptions. And it's sad. It really sucks because a lot of the people put a lot of time and effort into it, and they want to use this now as a new stepping stone for what? Rolling back some rights or not pushing for some rights? Like what's genuinely the problem here? As you hear this guy like bitch and moan and complain, really, what's the problem? They wanted to be, they just said it's nice to have Asian and indigenous actors. They want more people to enjoy Avatar. It is like downright infuriating. That is infuriating that people can be so absolutely oblivious. I think we just need to move forward without these people. Thankfully, there's more people out there to call out their bullshit for what it is. The anti-SJW, anti-woke culture that conservatives have fomented over the last few years has been absolutely detrimental to art, to human rights, to understanding and appreciating mediums of art for like what they are. And they're the ones who think they're trying to uphold art. It's ridiculous. I'm sorry, like your parents never taught you good values, but I don't know why you should be angry at other people learning about them, man. Washed up Zuko disgraces Fire Nation and accuses me of sending our brave soldiers to die. Fake news, folks. Fake news, folks. But the radical left will never tell you this. Ozai. So true, bestie. The radical Water Nation will never tell you this. You know what? I'm going back to eating my yogurt, okay? You know what, chat? I gotta come down from that because I'm just angry.